What's up guys, Intelitech Studios here, and you guys seem to really enjoy my last few unboxing videos. So I wanted to check out this machine because I've recommended it numerous times over the years, and I figured it probably wouldn't be appropriate of me to continue to recommend something that I haven't yet tried myself. However, in my defense, the reason why I recommended this machine is because it's very similar to another machine that I have owned several examples of, and it's been a fantastic machine, especially for the price. This in particular is the Bissell PowerLifter Pet Bagged. Or I guess you could call it the PowerLifter Bagged Pet, but Pet Bagged makes more sense to me. Anyways, this machine normally retails on Bissell's website for $150, but right now Walmart is selling this exact machine for $76.94. That means after taxes I paid just under $83 for this machine shipped to my house. My local Walmart unfortunately does not carry this anymore, so I wasn't able to purchase one locally. I did do a video a couple years ago showing my exact local Walmart, but unfortunately that Walmart has since downsized their vacuum section and as a result no longer carries this locally. So the only way that I can get this is ordering it online, and Walmart was the cheapest place to get it because Bissell's website was charging $150 for this machine, and I found one listing on eBay charging just over $100. So just about 80 bucks is a very, very good deal for this machine, and definitely a candidate to get it. Well, I don't know if I said the right words there, but you get the point. So this machine is also available in a fairly similar variant called the CleanView Pet Bagged. The only difference, that one retails on Bissell's website for $120, so you save $30 with that model. The only difference besides the color scheme is this one includes a pet hair tool, one that looks sort of like a lint brush, which there is an example of down here. Whereas the CleanView version of this has a slightly different crevice tool that's supposed to be better designed for pet hair pickup. Now the disadvantage of that is that neither of those tools ride on board the machine, at least for these bagged variants, but in the case of the PowerLifter, the normal crevice tool does fit inside the extension wand, whereas on the CleanView it does not, and that tool will have to be separate. So, another difference is that this one actually has a very long warranty. It has a 5-year limited warranty. Now, this is in the price range where a lot of people may consider the Bissell Big Green Commercial, or the equivalent Sanitaire model, which is basically a commercialized version of the older Bissell PowerForce style. And both of those machines in question would be more premium with some more extra features, as well as having a 30-foot power cord. However, while the other one has the advantage of commercial build quality and better durability, this one has the advantage of having a longer warranty, meaning that while it may in theory be more likely to go wrong since it's a consumer-based machine, if it does go wrong, you're covered for 5 times as long than the standard 1-year warranty of the other mentioned models, whether it's the PowerForce or the commercial versions of such machine. So that would be a good incentive to get this. The CleanView equivalent that was mentioned before only has a 3-year warranty. So for an extra 30 bucks, you do get a significantly longer warranty when you go for the PowerLifter Bagged Pet over the CleanView Bagged Pet variant. So, enough chatter, let's go ahead and open this. Now some people may use a tripod for this, but I actually prefer to go handheld because then you can actually see up close what it is that I'm doing. So this tape that actually holds the top of the box, which again, this is the correct way to open it. You don't want to open it from the bottom or from the sides. It's designed to be opened from the top. Ideally, if you're actually pulling this out, you're going to want to eventually want to lay this flat so that way you can pull everything out easily, because if you pull everything out like this, you could end up dropping it. But just for this demonstration, I'm showing cutting this top part of the box. And again, this tape is very weak, so in my case, this side was already split. But it shouldn't be an issue. So now opening this up, we can see that this side has some writing down here with Bissell support number, a number to call some stuff, and this actually includes a donation, specifically I believe it was a $5 donation. Yes, this includes a $5 donation to the Bissell Pet Foundation with the purchase of this vacuum cleaner, which I really, really like. So if you think about it, while this costs about 82 bucks of shipping, if you want to round that to 80, that means that you're really only paying $75 for this, and it includes a $5 donation to the Bissell Pet Foundation. And also, on this side, we actually have a diagram of everything included in the box, or at least everything that should be included in the box. So if you have this machine and any of this stuff is missing, you may want to call Bissell and try to source a replacement part. So this contains the vacuum base, the handle, the hose, 2 screws that are taped to the handle, a Style 7 Febreze pet odor eliminator vacuum bag. Pretty sure that's just the standard Febreze bags that come with many of these machines, but it may be a little bit different, we'll see. It has the crevice tool that is inside the extension wand. It has the pet hair eraser tool, the pet turbo eraser tool, the dusting brush, and the quick start / user's guide. So opening this up, we can see that the first thing that we see is the Bissell product registration card. This is fairly superfluous because you can just register it online. That's what I'm going to do, but it is there if you would like to register it in person, or specifically over the mail. Here's the user's guide. This is the model 2019 series PowerLifter pet bagged, or PowerLifter bagged vacuum. Doesn't say pet on this specific manual. And as expected, this is copyright 2017 because this machine was released in 2017, as well as the CleanView variant was also released in 2017. So this machine's been on the market for a few years now. Then up front, we have the dusting brush. This has a white dusting brush, even though this has a purple aesthetic to it. I already have one of these white dusting brushes. I have a dusting brush in every single color except for the green, but I do have 3 of these white dusting brushes, and I do have a blue one, a red one, and a purple one that came with my purple PowerForce Helix. And in fact, I may put that dusting brush on this because I think that would look a lot nicer than this white one. But if you buy this, you probably don't have multiple vacuums, and it will come with that, and you probably don't care about the color of the brush. That's just something I thought was interesting to mention. Then up front, we have this pet hair eraser tool. Now, I don't have any pets right now, unless you count maybe one of these guys, which this may work good on. Let's see. I don't know. Actually, there might be some plastic in here. Well, maybe not. This clearly is like a lint roller style accessory, and I'll be honest, it doesn't look that great on first appearance, but we'll try it out. Perhaps it works well. Since this doesn't ride on board and I likely won't need it, I may end up selling this to someone who does need it, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to check that out for review. Also over here, we have, this is the Turbo Eraser Pet. So again, this is pretty much the same as a standard turbo brush, but it has these sort of rubber silicone brushes, I guess you can say. I mean, these aren't really brushes, they're just kind of little bits that stick out. But it'll be interesting to see. Perhaps these are designed to not wrap hair as much. That's something we'll have to test. Again, I don't have pets, so I can't do a lot of good real-world tests with this, unfortunately. However, we can still try that. We do have a spare Febreze bag. Now, I generally prefer Clean Fairy HEPA bags, but this did include a Febreze bag. And this doesn't appear to be any different than any of the other Febreze bags. This is Bissell Style 7, of course. This takes the exact same bags as the PowerForce and the Power Glide vacuum cleaners, as well as the older bag Liftoff and Plus models. So same vacuum bags that Bissell has always been using for their entire lineup. We got some cardboard over here, which we will gladly pull out. There we go. We'll set that aside. Next we have the handle, which we'll pull out. Plastic kind of came off it a little bit. We have the little bracket for the turbo brush already pre-installed, and we can see the screws taped to the handle up there. So we can set that aside. Next we have the hose, which we'll pull out right now. There we go. Now, I initially thought this was going to be identical to the hose on the Bissell PowerForce bagged series, but it actually appears to be a bit of a thicker and more robust hose. So you actually do appear to get a slightly better quality hose than with the PowerForce. It does appear to be pretty much the same length and the same clear design. Well, it may be a little bit longer, we'll have to see. But anyways, that's the hose. Set that down there. And I believe that should be almost everything, minus the cleaner itself. There's also should be the extension wand and crevice tool somewhere in this package. Here we have the power cord. And I'm trying to figure out where the extension wand and crevice tool are. Well, we'll go ahead and pull out the machine. Oh, I heard something fall. The machine is very lightweight. This entire box, I believe, weighed 16 pounds. Oh, that didn't sound good. There we go. Snapped into this upright position. And here is the plastic, which we will gently remove from the cleaner and set that aside. Now, I believe this machine does come with a bag pre-installed. It does, So you do actually get a bonus bag with this machine. So that's another little piece of value that you get going for this unit over the standard Power Force. And it has that new vacuum smell. Let's look at the serial number of this particular machine because I'm curious. So this particular machine was manufactured on the 103rd day of 2020. So that's interesting. This sticker appears to be a little bit loose. I'll try to stick that on better later. And if we look, there it is. So there is the extension wand and crevice tool. So the bagged Bissell Power Force comes with a longer crevice tool, and yes, this thankfully does too. It'd be very unfortunate if the more premium model came with a shorter and lesser cost crevice tool. Thankfully it doesn't. So because we already have the pegs installed, we can go ahead and grab the extension wand and crevice tool and snap those on board. And we can also take the dusting brush and clip it into this guide back here. Now the order you do some of these doesn't really matter all that much. This is just what I've decided to do. If you do it in a slightly different order, then that's fine as well. So the next thing that we're going to do, and probably the more important thing to do, is grab the handle. And we're going to take this handle and we're going to simply slide it out of this bag. It looks like the screws have actually come a little bit loose off of this. It looks like they have fallen off, but that is okay. They are still secure in the bag. They're supposed to be taped around the handle, but sometimes they may fall off, but thankfully they're in a bag. So we're going to take this handle, and you can see these two little cams right here. Make sure the handle is facing towards the back of you. You don't install it like this. You install it like this with the hose and cord hook facing back towards the machine. And you just slide this, line it up with the posts, and slide it down all the way. It's not going to click or anything, but it'll eventually stop moving, and that's how you know it's been firmly inserted into the base. Next, we're going to go into this bag and grab our two screws, if we can get those out. Sometimes you just want to turn the bag upside down and let the screws fall out on their own. Well, never mind, this is taped to the inside of the bag. That was a forced laugh. Should be able to pull this out with one hand, which I'm struggling to do. There we go. Here we go. So we have two decent sized Phillips head screws, one for each side of the handle. After you remove both of the screws, you want to place them inside the screw holes on either side of the handle and basically just push them down as far as they'll go physically. You do not want to force these screws, but you want to make sure that they are lined up correctly so that way they torque properly. Then you want to get a standard Phillips head screwdriver and simply screw in both of the screws. Now because you're going against the side of the handle, this may be a little bit difficult to do, but just make sure to not over tighten these and make sure to not do what I just did and make sure you're applying enough pressure to actually drive the screw into the handle. The best way to do this is to actually tighten a little bit on each side, so that way you know the handle is going on evenly. And again, this will be slightly difficult because you're going to have to kind of angle your screwdriver a slight bit, otherwise your hand will be constantly pressing up against the handle like mine is right now. But as long as you're patient, you can get these screws in all the way, just like that. And you don't want to over tighten it. And you do not want to use any sort of non-manual screwdriver. You don't want to use any sort of screwdriver drill because you may end up torquing it too hard and stripping the screws and damaging the plastic. So as we can see, the handle is now properly installed. Easy way to test this is just jiggle the machine around a little bit, and if the handle is completely firm and you're able to pick up the vacuum, then you know the handle is installed properly. One thing that's nice about this vacuum is they actually give you a free twist tie. So it's really nice how Bissell didn't cut corners and included this 10-cent item. But in all seriousness, once you get that little twist tie off this cable, then you just simply want to turn the upper cord hook to the upright position. This cord hook turns 360 degrees, so that whenever the cord is wrapped up, you're able to turn it down and easily pull off the cord. Next, all you want to do is just grab the cord and just gently start winding it around the cord wrap, just like you would for any other vacuum, and once it's done, secure the cord clip to the machine. And that's how you wrap up that cord. Now, if this cord has gotten any sort of tangles or twists in it, you want to make sure to undo any of those tangles and make sure the cord is completely tangle-free and straight before you wind it on these cord wraps. Otherwise, any tension or any knots put in the cord could cause the cord to split, fray, or otherwise get damaged. If your cord gets damaged, you do not want to continue using the vacuum. You want to make sure to get the power cord replaced, or at the very least, discontinue your use of the vacuum, as this could cause an electrical shock or damage to your machine. Next, you want to take the twist and snap hose, and as you can see, there are two tabs on either side of the hose. You want to line up these tabs in this direction with the mount of the hose. So you basically just want to line this up, and this is hard to do one-handed, but you just want to line this up, and then once you line it up, you want to actually twist this clockwise. And once you twist it clockwise, just like that, you would hear a snap, and that's how you know the hose is firmly attached. If you want to ever remove the hose to unclog it, or just to check for any sort of blockages, then you can turn it counterclockwise a quarter turn, and you'll be able to easily remove the hose. Next, we want to take the hose, we want to stretch it up onto this upper hose hook, just like this. And then we want to take this part and stretch it down onto the lower hose connector that goes to the power foot. Now, whenever you get the vacuum brand new, this is going to be a little bit tight, so you want to make sure that this is firmly connected. Otherwise, if it disconnects during vacuuming, you may reduce your pickup performance. The final step that you need to do to make sure that your PowerLifter bag pet is fully assembled is to take the Turbo Eraser pet tool and line it up with this bracket on the top of the handle. Line it up with the logo in the clear plastic part facing outwards. You want the actual brush to face the inside towards the handle of the vacuum. Then just simply slide it down into this caddy until it no longer is able to push in anymore. Make sure it is firm and secure so it doesn't fall off during vacuuming. All of the other accessories included with this machine do not ride on board. This includes the spare Febreze bag, the documentation, and the pet hair eraser tool. So that was how you can fully assemble your Bissell PowerLifter pet bagged upright vacuum cleaner. Anyways, so that was my tutorial on how to unbox and assemble your new Bissell PowerLifter bagged pet upright vacuum cleaner, specifically model 2019. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope for those who is hoping see, now that the video is ending, now I'm not able to talk properly. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this unboxing and assembly tutorial, and for those of you who are wanting me to review this machine, hopefully you got what you wanted. And I've been wanting to check this machine out too for quite a while, so I'm glad that I finally was able to bite the bullet and grab it. So anyways, all these other packaging materials, or I should say all these other accessories, do not store on the machine, so be sure to keep those stored in a safe place nearby. All of the documentation and packaging materials you should keep, at least for an extended period of time after you get the device, especially considering this has a 5-year warranty. So you want to keep all of your packaging materials and documentation just in case you have an event where you need to return the machine or make some sort of warranty claim. So anyways, this was my unboxing and assembly tutorial of the PowerLifter Pet Bagged from Bissell, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.